We've all been told that multitasking is a skill. Answer emails while on a meeting. Scroll your phone while watching a lecture. Write a report while replying to messages. It feels efficient. It feels productive. But what if multitasking is actually slowing you down? Modern neuroscience gives us a surprising answer. Your brain does not truly multitask. It switches. And that switching comes at a cost.
Welcome to SciCuriosID, where curiosity meets science.
Let's start with a simple fact about the brain. The prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for planning, decision-making, and attention control, has limited capacity. It cannot fully process multiple demanding tasks at the same time. Instead, it rapidly shifts attention from one task to another. This process is called task switching. Research from Stanford University by Nass and colleagues found that heavy multitaskers actually perform worse on attention and memory tasks. They struggle more with filtering irrelevant information and show reduced cognitive control compared to people who focus on one task at a time. In other words, the people who think they're best at multitasking are often the worst at it. But why exactly does this happen to our brains? Every time you switch tasks, your brain must reorient. It needs to unload one rule set and load another. This transition may feel instant, but it consumes mental energy. Psychologists call this the switch cost. According to reports by the American Psychological Association, task switching can reduce productivity by up to 40%. A full 40% loss in performance. Imagine losing nearly half your productive time, not because you're lazy, but because your brain architecture simply isn't designed for parallel complex processing. There's also something known as attention residue. Research by Sophie Leroy shows that when you move from task A to task B, part of your attention remains stuck on task A. Your cognitive resources are divided, even if you believe you've moved on. So when you check a message while writing a report, your brain doesn't fully return to the report immediately. A fraction of your focus is still occupied by the conversation you just read. This fragmentation reduces depth of thinking. And depth is where real productivity lives. Let's connect this to cognitive load theory, developed by John Sweller. Working memory, the mental space where we process information, is extremely limited. When you overload it with competing inputs, performance declines. It's not about willpower. It's about bandwidth. Imagine trying to stream multiple high-definition videos on a weak internet connection. Everything buffers. Nothing runs smoothly. Your brain works in a similar way. Multitasking also increases errors. When you divide attention, accuracy drops. Reaction time slows. Decision quality declines. In high-stakes environments, like medicine or aviation, even small attention shifts can have serious consequences. But what about simple tasks? Can we multitask then? Yes, if one task is automatic. Walking while talking. Listening to music while cleaning. These work because one activity requires minimal executive control. The problem arises when both tasks demand conscious attention. Writing an essay and texting. Analyzing data and responding to emails. Studying while scrolling social media. That's not multitasking. That's rapid context switching. And context switching exhausts the brain. Over time, chronic multitasking increases mental fatigue. The constant dopamine hits from switching tasks, especially digital notifications, train the brain to crave novelty. Focus becomes harder. Sustained attention feels uncomfortable. You don't just lose time. You lose cognitive stamina. And here's the paradox: multitasking feels productive because you're constantly active. But activity is not the same as progress. Deep work requires uninterrupted time. It allows neural networks to synchronize. It allows ideas to compound. It enables problem-solving at a higher level. Single tasking, by contrast, may feel slower at first, but it reduces switch costs. It eliminates attention residue. It protects working memory capacity. And ultimately, it accelerates meaningful output. So how can you apply this? Batch similar tasks together. Turn off non-essential notifications. Use structured focus intervals. Finish before you switch. Train your attention like a muscle. Because in the end, productivity isn't about doing more at once. It's about doing one thing fully. Now here's a question for you. Have you ever tried eliminating multitasking for a full day? Did you feel more focused or more restless? Let me know your experience in the comments.
Thanks for watching SciCurious ID. Until next time.